Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today is Sunday, April 26th, 2020, and I know this is my second upload of today, but I thought it was very interesting that RealClearPolitics put up their 2020 electoral map. Now, I don't know how late I am to this, but RealClearPolitics is, I guess, out with their 2020 electoral map, and I've been waiting for this for a while, and now I'm just going to go ahead and keep waiting on the 538 chances at the presidency map that they typically have up at the end of the primary season, so that'll probably be out in a couple of months, but considering the primaries have pretty much been wrapped up, maybe they'll have it early. But RealClearPolitics released their overall ratings for each individual state. A lot of this is based off of previous election data, if they don't have any polls there, or they're strictly based off of polling data. In 2016, there was a map very similar to this one at certain points in the election season. Texas was a toss-up mid-October. And it actually looks very similar to what we saw. So 183 electoral votes are going for Joe Biden. Now, here's what throws me off a tad bit. We have states such as New Jersey and Connecticut and Oregon in the lean Democratic column. And, you know, for Donald Trump, we have South Carolina, Indiana, and Missouri in the lean Republican column. So this is not by any means going to be an accurate electoral map. Sure, the estimates seem really interesting now, and they seem to be, you know, looking good for both sides considering the number of toss-ups and lean states. But realistically, the Democrats aren't winning South Carolina, and the Republicans aren't winning Oregon. You know, they have Alaska considered likely Trump. They have Utah considered likely Trump. There's no Evan McMullin. I don't see a reason why it would be. Louisiana, the only ones I really agree on it being likely Trump in this likely Trump column is Mississippi and Montana. For the Democrats, I don't think Washington will be likely. I think it will be safe. Illinois by no means will be likely. Rhode Island as well. And Maine's 1st district possibly could be likely, but it will end up being solid probably once we hit election season. But let's compare it to the 2016 map. It's really similar, to be completely honest. Washington and Oregon having the same characterization. Utah, Montana. I mean, the only things that are different is that South Dakota, Kansas are no longer likely Republican states, and I don't know why they were considered that in 2016. Texas is on this map. Missouri and Indiana are likely, but South Carolina remained as a lean Trump state. Now, when you look at this map, look at all the swing states. I mean, it's pretty much all the same swing states that we see now. You know, moving back and forth, except Wisconsin was the only state that's actually wrong according to the RCP map. We can go ahead and see. So they have made changes over this entire thing. If we go to the full race change page, you know, let's take a closer look at when we were closer to this. So October 23rd, this is probably when Trump was at his lowest point. Texas was considered a toss-up. The Democrats were supposed to carry Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin at this time period. I mean, Minnesota was apparently closer than you know, Texas, or closer than Wisconsin, closer than Minnesota, in favor of Donald Trump when I say closer. But when you look at the actual results, well, things definitely narrowed up. You know, October 23rd, Clinton 5.9%. You know, I attribute a lot of Hillary Clinton's loss to James Comey reopening the email investigation. Realistically, once that happened, that was the October surprise. Whether it was politically motivated or not, it narrowed down Hillary Clinton's lead from 5.9% to 1.8% nationwide within the span of 2 weeks. I mean, can you find any other bigger turnaround in a general election? You know, not saying that Hillary Clinton didn't have her own faults, but I'm just saying, look at the difference between 2 weeks. I'm just saying there was a huge impact in dropping her campaign. Donald Trump ramped up turnout in the Rust Belt, and it all paid off for him, didn't it? But looking at this map, the maps are pretty similar, mainly because RCP isn't close enough to actually calling these races. I'm surprised they don't have a no toss-ups map based off polling data, but they don't typically align states, mainly because I think that they just don't want to. If you just take a look at the number of toss-up states, we know a number of these weren't actually ending up being toss-ups. If we look at the election results, for example, Ohio and Iowa, these are two states that went to Trump by nearly 10%. By that characterization, it should have been in the likely column. Arizona should have been in the lean. Colorado should have been in the lean Democrat. Georgia should have been in the lean or even likely Republican. New Mexico definitely should have been in either lean or likely. Virginia definitely should have been in lean at least. The only real swing states on here from 2016 are Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, which is in the lean Democratic column, and Nevada. Nevada for 2016, but not so much this time around. Maine 2nd District should have been in either likely or safe. So when you look at the RCP map, they don't exactly have the best history at being, number one, correct. Number two, they just typically don't call races. So when you see this map, not filled in. Don't expect it to be filled in unless we're seeing some type of wave election for Joe Biden or for Donald Trump. In 2008, they barely had a number of these states filled in as well. There were a number of toss-up states, even though we all knew, I guess all the pundits knew, I was not even in middle school yet, knew that Obama was going to win. And when you look at the overall no toss-ups map, it was pretty accurate. That's what RCP is pretty good at, because it does take the polling average and it does end up being, really close. Actually, the no toss-ups map was 272 to 266, and the only states that were wrong were Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And get this, Nevada. Nevada consistently overestimates Republicans and their turnout in the overall election. And, I think it's really interesting. If you look at the Senate races here, they were only off by one. The Democrats did not carry the state of Wisconsin. They did not carry the state of Pennsylvania. They did carry New Hampshire. They did carry Illinois. And I believe the other state that they carried, I'm surprised I'm not seeing it, because I know that it finished up. Oh, yeah. So it finished up being 52 Republicans, 48 Democrats. So Republicans won Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. Democrats won New Hampshire. And that was pretty much the only difference from this map. But I just really am interested by the RCP, I guess, overall ratings themselves. You will never see me rate the states of Connecticut, New Jersey, and Oregon as lean Democratic states. I'm generally excited about seeing overall ratings for a number of these states, but this just leaves way too much in the toss-ups. At most, whenever I have toss-up states, I leave out either Florida or Arizona or Wisconsin at most. Usually I fill in every state. But 230 electoral votes at this stage, we already know. If we just take a look at the map, create your own map, that's cool. So the RCP ratings, so this is the pre-filled map. I'm assuming this is polling data, because they didn't give polling data before. So based on the RCP ratings, I'm assuming this is polling data. Yeah, I'm 99% sure this is polling data, because Biden's starting to lead, but I don't think he led in North Carolina. I can go ahead and check that right now, actually, because I did not see him do too well in North Carolina, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no, I don't know what that map is. That's a little off, but surprised they have 352 to 186. But realistically, they should have a number of states considered either likely or lean that aren't right now, and a number of lean and likely states considered safe. Safe. Oregon could be likely. I've had it as likely before, and I had it as likely today, but realistically, once we hit election day, if the Bernie coalition does narrow up, which I'm expecting them to, it will become safe. But as of right now, even though Biden is peaking in swing states, he still has to work with that progressive base in solid Democratic states. But just looking at this map, I think that there's going to be a number of surprises that we might expect based off this map alone, but I don't think there's anything that's going to be shocking once we actually hit election day. South Carolina is not going to be close. Indiana and Missouri are not going to be close. So you guys can go ahead and actually check out this for yourselves. It's on the RealClearPolitics page. You just go to Election 2020, go to RCP National Average. It'll show you the polling data between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And then you go ahead and take a look at Electoral College Map, and then you'll see something similar to what you would have seen in 2016. In 2012, they also did this with Barack Obama. I want to go ahead and see. I don't know if they have their... This is so interesting to me, just going back in history and looking at that. So, final RCP average and result, bro. Show me the. I just want to see the RCP electoral map, but I guess not. I guess I don't have it up. Battleground state polls, but that's just state polling data. Whatever. That does not matter. But yeah, so they've done these. Long times back to even I think George Bush. They had a website for it too. Yeah, so RCP electoral map. They did this. What is this? This is okay. I don't know why I clicked that and it took me to 2012, but this is the 2012 one between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. You can see how things have shifted. Texas is no longer a safe Republican state. Probably going to be either likely or lean this election. Arizona is definitely a toss-up. Again, what is wrong with the whole Oregon call? I don't get why they say that Oregon is a lean Democratic state. Look at the margin, plus 12. RCP average was plus 6, but that's still not lean. That's still at least likely at that point. I want to see if they have any polling data for Biden. I don't think they would, though, because, yeah, it's not even letting me open it. I don't think they would have it. Let me see. Yeah, no. Something's off about this map, too. Whenever I try to click a state, it just refreshes the page. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just if I don't have polling data and I click the state, it'll refresh the page. Yeah, like that. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so you guys can go ahead and actually see the individual polling data for a lot of these toss-up states, I'm assuming then. Probably states like Colorado and just a number of these, but realistically do not take this map too much into account. Once 538 actually comes out with their chance map for the overall election, then you can actually do it. By the way, I wanted to talk to you guys about my upcoming election night. It is essentially just a full election night. It will consist of the House of Representatives, the United States Senate, and the presidential elections and the governor elections happening in 2020. Right now, I think we're at 350 slides. I'm working with another YouTuber who I will be making the video with, so it'll be sort of like a crossover event. Not really a crossover, a collaboration. I was looking for the right word, but that is, I mean, there's like 350 slides. It's going to be probably, 40-minute video, considering how many things are going to have to be put together. So that's what I've been pretty much working on. That's why I haven't made as many election nights recently. I think I've made 3 in all of 2020, but I will definitely start doing them a lot more, probably focusing on 2024 now, even though that's a long time away. I do want to make some content about it, considering that you guys do like the speculation. And back in 2017, I was making 2020 videos. So maybe I can wait a year and then start it, but I'll probably start now. But again, stay tuned for that. It'll probably be out sometime soon. It's just going to take a while to compile and everything, but I really hope it turns out, and the graphics look absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to comment down suggestions below, and I will see you all tomorrow.